Grab your Bible and a Diet Mountain Dew because it's time for the Brother Byron podcast. Listen in as Brother Byron brings you thought-provoking insights from his 30-plus years in the ministry. Now here's Brother Byron.
Hello, friends. This is Brother Byron with another Brother Byron podcast. And it's Monday, December the 23rd, 2024, only 2 days till Christmas. And I am excited, but that's not the only reason I'm excited. I've got something special to show you today. I'm going to show it to you here in just a moment of what I received today through the mail. But just a quick update on, services yesterday at church were fantastic. Wonderful spirit, great singing service and fellowship. And, the Lord gave me a message to preach on the greatest gift ever given. And I used the text from John 3:16 and broke down that verse to bring out 7 truths from John 3:16 on how Jesus is the greatest gift ever given to man. We looked at that. We looked at salvation and just wonderful things, the free gift of God. And truly enjoyed that message. And move my mic here a little bit. Seems like I'm not picking up good. But had a good service. And this morning, I went over to my son's house. He invited me to come over, and he's gotten a pool table. Some friends of ours were giving one away, and it's a full-size one. And he and his cousin went over and got it a week or so ago. He's got it set up in his basement, and we had fun today. We played pool for, I guess, I don't know how many hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, something. We had some good pizza to eat. And just enjoyed a good time being with my son. And it's always great to be with him. And so that's been my day today. But I came home from his house. And what did my wondering eyes did appear but a Banner of Truth box sitting here. And I want to show you these books. I've been talking about them. The Martyn Lloyd-Jones Romans 14-volume collection. And so I'm going to do an unboxing. I have not opened it yet. Don't know what to expect. And so you're going to find out with me what these are like. And so here we go. Let me switch the cameras. I got a different camera set up just for this unboxing. Hopefully it picks it up good, but we will see. Let's move over to that one. And here we go. So we have here the Banner of Truth box. Now, I mentioned the other day how I was just a little bit leery of them sending these through the U.S. mail. I've not had good experience with U.S. mail. Seems like the things get lost and damaged, and so I was concerned about it. But the shipping was free on these books, and that's the option I chose. I could have chose UPS, I believe, and paid a whole lot more money. I believe it was somewhere at $32, and you could even go higher to have it shipped quicker and, a different carrier. But I took the chance and had it, just the free shipping, and it came through the mail. And then it didn't really take that long. I was thinking I wasn't going to get these until after Christmas. And I'm so thankful that I did receive the tracking just a few days ago and was able to watch it move from place to place, and just was so excited about getting it. And so without further ado, let's look into this thing and see what we got here. So as you can see, it's packed in this one box. There's 14 books in this box. Let me turn it. There's a side. It don't have any damage to the box. It's been taken well care of, it looks like, through the post office. Let me get my handy knife here, and let's just cut her open. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, there's a bunch of paper, which is good. Good thick padding there. There is some bubble wrap. That's always good. We'll get to pop that later, hopefully. Oh, and look, there's another box. So let me get this packing slip out of here, and we'll move that to the side. And I guess we'll have to take it out of this box. So let me do that. Hopefully I won't mess it up. go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. All right. Got that box out of the way. All right. So now it's in another box. So I guess they did pack it really well. Didn't have to worry about it after all. So let me cut through this tape. It's always fun to get things like this, isn't it? And I will tell you, except for my seminary books, this is the most expensive set of books I've ever purchased for myself. I was, praying about it and hoping the Lord would allow me to do it, and he did. So, all right. So here's some more paper. Yeah. Wow. Those are packed really good. So, and there they are. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful looking? Oh, they're brand new. I was looking at some used ones on eBay, and they were wanting as much or more than the publishers were wanting for brand new ones. So I'm glad I waited and just went ahead and got the brand new ones. Let me pull this little piece out so I can get my fingers in there without tearing the covers off. All right, here we go. So there's, Exposition chapter 1, the Gospel of God. Now, I told you the other day, I've been listening to this series on the Martyn Lloyd-Jones website. And I think I've listened to the first 6 now, but that's what these are from. You can see here, it says, to the faithful and enthusiastic Friday nighters at Westminster Chapel, 1955 to 68. And there's preference there. It's broken down into the different chapters. Oh, and it's got nice big font to read by. Let me put it up here closer to the camera and maybe you can see it. Yeah, so my eyesight's not what it used to be. I do have bifocals in my glasses. I had cataract surgery in both eyes. And I know, I'm only 58, but I had it done several years ago. The doctor said it was because of a injury I had to my eye that caused it to come on early. But I had cataracts, early. And so I've had, had to have those fixed, operated on. But my eyes are not as good as what they should be. Without the bifocals, I would not be able to read this. But it is very nice, big font print. I don't know the size. I didn't really... I didn't even look at that before I bought it about what the font print size was, but it don't matter because they don't have choices of different books. It's these books or it's no books at all. So yeah, boy, this is exciting. I'll tell you what, what we got here. Let me look at, chapter 1. Yeah. So it's, the words are his lectures that he gave on those Friday nights there at Westminster Chapel. And, it's the same sermons I've been listening to. So this is awesome. I'm excited about this. Yeah. It follows it perfectly. Oh man, that's great. Now, I'm usually not a fan of these, of book covers. I know they protect the book and keep the dust out. That's a dust jacket and all. But I usually don't care for those. I would rather have just, this book. Oh, it looks nice too without the book cover, doesn't it? Got that beautiful look to it there. But I am going to keep these book covers on because I do want to keep these nice and protected. Don't want them messed up. But there's chapter 1. Looks like it goes down on this side to 2 and then eventually works its way back up. And there's 14 right there. So, wow. Let me pull this off and kind of lay some of these out. Look at it. Looks, they look like they all have the same cover. They're just different colors, and has, of course, the at the top the chapters of the book. Whoa, going to mess it up already. And let's see here. That one's thinner than the rest. I guess it was it chapters 2 verses 1 through 3, or chapter 2 verse 1 to 3 verse 20. So, he takes a lot of time in this sermon series. I can't remember how many years it took him to get through it, but it was quite the undertaking. And let's see, let's get down here to the bottom. We're still getting them. Is anybody keeping track of how many this was? I've not been counting them. I'm assuming there's 14 here. Appears to be. Oh, that one's thick. Chapter 8, 17 through 39. And 8, 5 through 17. Okay, so there we have all the books out there. And they're beautiful. They're very nice books. And I can't even tell you how excited I am to get to start diving into these. My sermon series is coming up here in just 2, 3, almost 4 weeks, I guess, before I start it. But I've already been working on it. I've already got the first one completed, my outline ready. But this is really going to be helpful as I study and see what old Martyn Lloyd-Jones has to say about Romans. And I really like him, and I trust in what he says. And so this is wonderful. So I can tell you right off, I recommend these books. I have looked at enough of the text online and listened to enough of the sermons. I know they're going to be wonderful even before I start getting into the book itself. And based upon how many people has already, bought these books and the reviews that I've read on them, I don't think you could go wrong by getting this set of books. And like I said, Banner of Truth, let me switch back over to my other camera. So Banner of Truth is the publisher of these books, and they actually had the best price. They were $245, I believe it was. Let's see, I've got the invoice right here. Yeah, $245.70. There was no tax on this, and it was free shipping. So that was the total price, $245.70. Everywhere else you look, Amazon, Christian Book, they're up in the $295 range. And other places outside of those, they go for $300 and something. So Banner of Truth is the best place to get these books if you're interested in getting them. And I like that website. It's just banneroftruth.org. And I don't think you'll go wrong with it. But anyway, I know this may not excite everybody else as much as it has me, but it is what it is. And Christmas is coming up. I guess I bought myself my own Christmas present. But Christmas is coming up here in just a couple of days. We're going to hit Christmas Eve tomorrow, and then Christmas on Wednesday. And all the family's coming over. I believe ours is going to be later in the evening because my daughter and her husband have to work. They work in the nursing home, and so not everybody can be off. Those folks need patients, and the residents there need people to help them. So they work there, and they've got to work that day, and they'll be here after they get home and cleaned up and ready and come over to the house. And we're going to have a lot of good food to eat and a lot of good time, of course, open presents. And this year, my wife and I made a pact together. We would not buy each other gifts, simply because we really get each other things all year long. Just like these books, God made a way for me to get them. But I work a job, and I pastor my wife. She's a stay-at-home mother. When we first had our first child way back in 1993, I told Mary, I don't want you to work outside the home. And she did previous to that. She worked at the Knox County Health Department. She worked for a doctor. She cleaned houses, but I didn't want her to have to work. And we just prayed, and the Lord made a way that we'd be able to get by on one income. And of course, we've had to have a budget, and we couldn't buy a lot of things that a lot of people get and have a big fancy house and cars and anything like that. But God has kept us warm and safe and fed. and happy. And I don't regret it at all. If there's any way possible that the mother does not have to work in the home, outside the home, she shouldn't have to do it. She ought to stay at home, be a mother, be a wife, take care of them. Now she homeschooled our children, except for my son. She homeschooled my two daughters, but I mean our two daughters, not mine. I've only been married to one woman, and the same one. We've been together since high school, so we're actually celebrating 40 years of marriage in March, coming up in 2025. So we've been married for almost 40 years, and we dated 2 years in high school and got married right out of high school. We was 19 years old. But our children, she homeschooled them, did a wonderful job. We used Temple Baptist in Powell, which is, where Crown College is also at. We use Temple as the umbrella school. You have to have a certain school, for testing purposes and for the legal purposes for the state to issue diplomas and educational credits. And so we went through Temple for that. But Mary, she homeschooled the girls, and they're smarter than the average bears. They're smarter than the average or public school children. They didn't have to put up with all that garbage going on in public school. Now, when I say she homeschooled them, it was in their later high school years. They did go to public school in elementary school, but as they got into middle school and high school, my wife, she homeschooled. So anyway, that was all free for you. But I hope you're going to have a good Christmas. And church, we're not having church services this Wednesday, so maybe I'll do another podcast perhaps after Christmas. We'll just have to see how things go. But anyhow, this is Brother Byron, and I guess that I am out.